Today, I've got a super simple recipe for you. We are making vegan banana pancakes with just 3 easy ingredients. Welcome to the Vegan Petite channel. My name is Linda. Now let's get into the recipe. Start by peeling 2 ripe bananas and placing them in a bowl. You can kind of break them up a little bit with a fork. The riper, the better. Okay, there's 1 and 2. This is great when you have leftover bananas that are almost too ripe, but not quite. Okay, so now you're just gonna mash them up with a fork until they are kind of liquidy or just fully mashed. You can see that they're pretty easy to mash when they're nice and ripe. When they're still green, it's gonna be kind of starchy, not quite sweet enough. So here, the banana's gonna add some texture, it's gonna help bind our pancakes, and it's gonna add some natural sweetness as well. Okay, I'd say that's pretty well mashed at this point. Next, we're gonna use 1.5 cups of non-dairy milk, and I have my trusty oat milk here, but really any kind of plant-based milk will work for this. Okay. All right, into the bowl. And then go ahead and just whisk that together with the bananas using your fork. Now we're gonna add about 2 cups of all-purpose flour, but I usually just scoop out 1/2 cup at a time so that I can whisk it in between each addition, and it makes it a little bit easier to mix together without getting too many clumps. So that's our first 1/2 cup. Start whisking that. You could definitely do this with an actual whisk as well, but I'm just lazy and using the fork because that's what I've got handy. Okay, and then you're just going to repeat the same thing for the rest of the remaining 2 cups. So now we're at 1 cup of flour. Whisk it up a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect between each addition. Okay, so you can see it's starting to get a little bit thicker, this batter. Now we're at 1.5 cups. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and add the last 1/2 cup of flour to this and whisk it all up. So as you can see, we have a pretty thick pancake batter now. The texture is really going to depend on how big your bananas were to start with. So if the batter is too thick, you can always add a little extra splash of your non-dairy milk. You want to have a fairly thick batter, but thin enough that you can still pour it when we start cooking them. And this looks good now. The next ingredient is completely optional, but if you want to, you can add a little dash of cinnamon into your batter. Since these are banana pancakes, it does help, it does complement the flavor really well. Ooh, and it smells good in that batter too, that cinnamon flavor. It almost reminds me of the fall, which is coming up soon. Okay, that batter looks nice right there. You can set your batter aside to rest for a few minutes. Meanwhile, you want to go ahead and turn on your stove to medium-high so that you can preheat a nonstick skillet. Okay, if I hold my hands over the pan, I can tell that it's pretty hot now. So I'm actually gonna turn it down to medium. And if you've got a good quality nonstick pan, this step is not necessary. But if you're worried about the pancakes sticking at all, you can always add a little bit of vegan butter or coconut oil and just kind of swirl it around to coat the bottom. Now you want to get your batter. Okay, now you want to scoop up about half a cup of batter at a time. This helps if you have a spoon as well. And then go ahead and pour that right into the center of your preheated pan. Ooh, you hear that sizzle? Yes, ma'am. You're gonna let that cook on the first side for a couple minutes until it gets nice and golden brown on the bottom, and then we will flip. Let's check our pancake. We can see that the edges are starting to get a little bit golden and dry around the edges, and we're starting to see a few little bubbles in there. Since we didn't add any baking powder, it's not gonna bubble up too much, but I think it's ready to flip. So here's how you flip a pancake without making it go out crazy. Wish me luck. Here we go. You tilt the pan a little bit and then you just go like 1, 2, 3, okay? So like this. 1, 2, 3. Yes, there we go. That's how you flip a pancake. And then you'll let it cook on the second side until the bottom is nice and golden brown. And then we will remove it from the pan and continue with the rest of our batter. Here's our last pancake. Ooh, look at that beautiful little stack. Here are a few serving suggestions for your vegan banana pancakes. You can, of course, add some sliced bananas to them. You can add some fresh fruit such as strawberries and blueberries. Walnuts go fantastic with anything banana flavored. And of course, these wouldn't be pancakes without good old maple syrup. Now, if you want to plate these vegan banana pancakes up for somebody special and you want to make it look a little extra nice, here's a few suggestions for you. You can get a banana and peel like 2/3 of the sides, but leave the bottom side of the peel on it. And then what you're gonna do, you're just gonna slice these little coins and just keep them together on the peel like this. And you can slice them as thick or as thin as you like. Okay, and now what we're gonna do, we're going to transfer this sliced banana over to our pancake plate. Okay, here we go. We're just gonna grab the whole thing, keep it together, and boom, just like that. Okay, and you can always add a couple of these pieces to the top of your pancake as well. Okay, kind of fan it out like that. Now we're gonna prepare a few strawberries to present. We're just gonna cut off the bottoms, make sure these are washed and clean, of course. We'll do maybe start with 3 and then see how we like it. Okay, and then you are going to again just thinly slice that strawberry and just keep the pieces together. Okay, and then we can start adding them to our plate as well and just fan them out like this. Okay, I'll do another one. You can add a little strawberry color on top of your pancakes as well. And lastly, we're going to add some fresh blueberries for some nice contrast in color. And it's really completely up to you how you want to do this. That looks good. Okay, now finally for a little bit of crunch and extra texture. Again, walnuts are a great choice for these vegan banana pancakes. They just pair really well with the banana and cinnamon flavor. So we're just gonna crush a couple of these and just kind of sprinkle them along the top. If you want to, you could even toast these walnuts on a dry nonstick skillet for a couple minutes, and that will bring out their flavors even more, but that's optional. Okay. Check out our beautiful vegan banana pancakes with all this fruit and maple syrup. Now let's just get a piece with some of that maple syrup and the bananas. Yes, that is a winning combination right there. Definitely gotta have that maple syrup on these. If you have agave syrup, that will probably work pretty well too. But these are a really great, simple recipe, 3 ingredients. Once again, you can make a quick, easy breakfast in the morning or a lazy Sunday breakfast as well. If you did want these pancakes to be slightly fluffier, you could add a tablespoon of baking powder to the batter. I know that would make it 1 extra ingredient, but that would make it a little bit fluffier. But these were really good just as is. So I'm gonna try these with some more fruit. If you made it this far, be sure to hit the like button down below and comment if you want to see more breakfast recipes on the channel. Also be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I put out new videos every Sunday, so I will see you next week. Bye.
Action.
Wait, was my mic even on?
Action.
Sorry, I just wanted I wanted to do that.